Hi everyone, Tasha Jordan here. Great to be with you today. So in our last class, we talked about using an OpenAI tool to help us with our survey. And I just wanted to show you, when I was looking at chapter 6, I decided to prompt ChatGPT, and I thought, well, what if I was in human resources and I wanted to uncover whether or not our employees were happy with their current benefits program. And so thinking about doing this incrementally, I wanted to come up with the research question and then the best observation method. And then incrementally, we'll continue to prompt ChatGPT as I work through my project on some more specific aspects. But just from that one very basic prompt, it actually worked a little bit ahead and put more information than I even asked into its results. So let's say that that is you. Let's say you work in human resources and that this could be a good research project for you. Remember, one of the things that we're thinking about with our project is how can we add value to our organization? Now, obviously, you cannot just sample people who work for you without getting company leadership involved, right? So it just depends on where you are, what organization you're working with. And then some of you may be taking a break from working so that you can finish your master's degree, in which case you can come up with some kind of research project that would fit the parameters of our assignment this semester without even working for an organization. So that's not a requirement necessarily, but I wanted you to see what ChatGPT gave me back. So research question, obviously we would edit this information, right? We never just take what we learn from OpenAI and just cut and paste. We just use it as idea generation. So we would go through and we would compare this to our textbook best practices and make sure that this matches what our textbook says best practices would be. So ChatGPT thinks that we could do both quantitative and qualitative, and we haven't even gotten to some of this in our textbook yet. Like we talked about surveys, we're not quite there yet, but we are talking, it does give you information about using a survey, how you would collect data. It's giving me information about how I would do the qualitative phase, which is interviews, and how I could do an interview sample. Like, for example, it doesn't even know how many employees I have in my organization, and it says conduct 15 to 20 interviews. Like, it just picks random information, and that's why you can't just rely on what this spits back to you without making sure that it's actually matching what you're trying to accomplish, right? But this does help us in terms of idea generation, thinking about aspects of our qualitative and quantitative analysis, how we're going to have to code our interview responses. And then, it even goes so far as to talk about our future report and what we might want to include in the presentation. And so I encourage you to experiment a little bit on your research project in this idea generation phase for sure, and make sure that you're getting some good ideas and you can start to shape those ideas into our assignments.